A single official post, and millions of hearts stopped at once. Weibo has confirmed it. Wang Yibo has completed his China GT 2026 preseason test. But what truly sent fans into an emotional storm was the quiet wave of happiness tied to Xiao Zhan. It didn't begin with cheers. It began with silence. The kind of silence that comes before something life-changing. The kind that holds breath, hope, and fear all at once. At the legendary Shanghai International Circuit, the air was heavy with anticipation. No stage lights, no scripts, no second takes, just speed and truth. For Wang Yibo, this wasn't just another career milestone. This was a different battlefield. A world where talent alone is not enough. Where discipline, endurance, and absolute focus define survival. Every turn he took, every second he shaved off, was a quiet declaration. I'm more than what you think I am. And yet behind that helmet, behind that controlled precision, there was a story no one could fully see. The pressure of proving himself in a completely different arena. The weight of expectations from millions watching his every move. And still, he chose to step forward. Because sometimes, growth demands courage that no spotlight can capture. Then it happened. A simple announcement. A few lines posted on Weibo. But the impact? Explosive. Wang Yibo has officially completed his China GT 2026 preseason test. That was it. No dramatic wording. No exaggeration. Yet within seconds, the fandom erupted. Because this wasn't just confirmation. It was validation. Validation of sleepless training days. Validation of silent struggles. Validation of a dream that many doubted in the beginning. Fans flooded the comments. Not with noise, but with emotion. Pride, relief, tears that no one could see, but everyone could feel. Because they didn't just witness a test being completed. They witnessed transformation. From idol to racer, from performer to competitor. And in that moment, the line between celebrity and athlete quietly disappeared. But what made this moment transcend beyond achievement was something far more delicate, far more unspoken. A name that didn't appear in the official announcement, yet echoed across millions of hearts. Xiao Zhan. No statement, no staged interaction, no visible presence at the track. And still, he was there, not physically, but emotionally. Because in the world of fandom, some connections are not defined by what is seen, but by what is felt. As the news spread across Weibo, something unexpected happened. Fans didn't just celebrate, they remembered. Moments from the past resurfaced quietly. Shared glances, unspoken bonds, fragments of a story that once held the world's attention. And suddenly, this racing achievement became something more. It became layered. Layered with nostalgia, layered with longing, layered with a kind of warmth that only time-tested connections can bring. Because for many fans, supporting Wang Yibo was never a solitary experience. It was always intertwined, with emotions tied to Xiao Zhan. And in this moment of success, those emotions didn't divide. They merged. Softly, naturally, inevitably. Some fans expressed it openly. Others chose silence. But in that silence, there was understanding, a shared feeling that didn't need explanation. Because not all happiness is loud. Not all connections need validation. Some simply exist. And perhaps that is what made this moment feel so deeply personal. Not just a victory on the track, but a quiet reunion of emotions, long held, never forgotten. As the engines finally fell silent, and the roaring energy of the track dissolved into stillness, reality began to settle in. This wasn't just the end of test. It was the closing of one chapter and the irreversible beginning of another. For Wang Yibo, the meaning of this moment runs deeper than headlines could ever capture. Because stepping into professional racing is not an extension of fame. It is a departure from comfort, a place where popularity holds no advantage. Where recognition cannot replace skill, where every mistake carries real consequences. And yet, he chose this path, not for applause, not for image, but for something far more raw. Purpose, lap after lap, under pressure that no camera could soften. He faced a version of himself stripped of titles. No idol, no celebrity, just a racer, fighting against time, precision, and his own limits. And that is what makes this transformation so powerful. Because it is real, painfully real. There are no edited scenes here, no controlled narratives, only effort, only discipline, only truth. And now, with the official confirmation released, the world is no longer watching a possibility. They are witnessing a reality in motion. But here's where it becomes even more intense. This is only the beginning. The real races have not yet come. The real competition has not yet unfolded. The pressure will grow heavier, the expectations louder, and the margin for error smaller than ever. So the question shifts. Not can he succeed, but how much is he willing to endure to stay here? Because in this world, staying is harder than arriving. So what does this moment truly leave behind? Not just headlines, not just celebration, but something far more lasting. A shift, a quiet, undeniable shift in how we see Wang Yibo. No longer confined to one identity, no longer defined by one path, but evolving, expanding, becoming. And perhaps that is what resonates the most. Because growth is never easy to watch. It asks fans to adjust, to accept change, to let go of familiar versions, and embrace uncertainty. And yet, they did. They stayed. Through doubts, through questions, through transitions that didn't come with guarantees. Because real support is not built on comfort. It is built on trust. And in this moment, that trust feels validated. But beneath all of this, there's still a quiet emotional thread, connecting everything together. The memory of shared journeys. The lingering presence of Xiao Zhan. Not as a headline, but as a feeling, a reminder that some stories never truly end. They simply evolve into something softer, something deeper, something that lives within the fans themselves. And maybe that is why this moment feels so overwhelming. Because it's not just about success. It is about time, change, connection, and the courage to move forward without forgetting where it all began. So now, as the track prepares for what comes next, and the world watches more closely than ever before, one question lingers. When the lights go green and the real race begins, will this be the moment that defines him? Or just the first step towards something even greater? And more importantly, as he accelerates into a future filled with uncertainty, will you still be there, watching, feeling, believing, just like you are right now?